What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 65 of A to Z Sports Talk. I'm AJ Nance here with my co-host Zach
That's the
Harms.
first time you said your last name in the intro before.
I might have been. It might have been. I was gonna say you're Mr. Sexy Man today with that gravelly voice of yours.
Yeah, I just try to soothe the people.
There you go. But no, guys, we're back, and we actually have a tremendous interview that we have within this episode. Montez Lattimore played D2 football at Central Missouri. I get that
UCM,
mixed with
the
yeah, okay.
Mules.
I get that mixed with Western. Missouri Western. But yeah, he played at Central Missouri D2 football, and then he played in the GFL, German Football League. He played in the CFL for a little bit. Played in
Played in
Finland for a little
Finland.
bit. Yeah, he's been all over the place, bro. Now he's trying the XFL, and he's a chiropractor in training. It's just like unreal. But he joined us for a really fun interview. But we have the NHL news from this week, including the St. Louis Blues, who have won 4 straight after
We're
losing 8 straight. We're back. I'm with it now. We're back. We have NBA news from this week. College basketball. Finally, we can do a college basketball segment. Then we have the interview, and then college football. A look at week 12, our ranked games picks. You were talking. There's not many good games this week.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
College football scenarios, maybe.
yeah. There you go. And then NFL. We have our
God.
week 11 picks. Zach's dying over here.
It's just that sometimes you just get that,
That tickle.
yeah, just that mucus just stuck right there. And
There you
you
go.
can't get a word out.
But no, we have our NFL Week 11 game picks and our 3 fantasy boom and 3 fantasy busts. But besides the sickness, Zach, are you doing well over there?
Yeah, it literally just happened like yesterday. My throat just got a little sore.
Mhm.
I don't feel bad, but
Yeah, but I mean, we're
this
in
week,
that we're in that little transition from 1 week left until Thanksgiving. So we're really. I don't know about you, but you're obviously working a lot harder and more than I am. But I'm at that point where I'm kind of like done with everything, school, class, like everything. I'm ready for break. I'm ready for break.
yeah, I'm ready for the days off next week too.
Mhm.
I'm ready for this weekend. I'm ready for tomorrow. No, it's been really busy. Work's been busy just because a lot of people get surgery on this time, or they're preparing for surgery because they get their surgery done over Christmas break or something because
Mhm.
they have a break because they don't
Gotcha.
miss time like school or work or stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been really busy,
Man,
tired.
talk about busy, bro. I mention it like every episode, but every episode we're getting closer and closer to wedding time, and we
I
got
know. I'm so excited. I'm actually like
like
I think about it like all the time. I'm pumped.
yeah,
As I
yeah,
said before, I will listen to the Spotify dance floor hits every once in a while to,
yeah.
start memorizing those words.
No,
Heck,
that'll be
also I
a
got like 3 weddings the next year, so gotta
crazy,
stay
bro.
tuned in,
Yes, sir. Fun times.
locked in.
Let's get it rolling with our Did You See It's though. I think mine, man, I keep forgetting mine, and I feel like I keep getting a good one and I forget it. Yes, I got it. Okay. I guess I have two. First, obviously the World Cup starting on Sunday. Half the world's gonna be watching that.
The
It's
beautiful
gonna be
country of Qatar.
yeah, facts. But it's gonna be super fun. I'm not even a huge soccer fan, but I'm looking forward to that. Also, St. Louis news. The St. Louis Blues moms were on their trip, and I'll probably use this in a little bit to transition, and I'll talk about it in NHL. But the moms were on their road trip, and the boys were playing out of their mind for their moms, and I think
Gotta play good for mama.
that might have just turned around their season, man, because they're playing unreal. But no, what you got for us, my man?
I actually thought of a lot of Did You See It as I was sitting here listening to you.
There you go.
My first one, I'll stay with the St. Louis theme. The St. Louis soccer team, SC, they played their first game in their new stadium last night. Looked pretty cool. Saw some pictures. Um, yeah,
It was
I'm
like a excuse me.
like
It was like an
expedition.
exhibition. Yeah.
I don't know if it
It's
was the main team. I don't know. It said like St. Louis City 2. I think
yeah,
that's
I
like
think
the
I
like
think it was their
academy
B
team or
team.
something.
Yeah.
I had to figure it all out. I have a St. Louis City shirt. It just says St. Louis on it with SC underneath it. I need to get some more gear. Want to drive around the stadium. I just want to go in the stadium. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Excited for that. MLS City for sure. We're probably gonna win the cup. Whatever. I don't even know when the season runs, but I'm
Yeah.
pumped. My next, did you see it? Was it's something I saw on Twitter. It was from some chat. I don't know what it was on, but it was a picture of it, and it said the question was if Texas main rival if Texas's main rival is Oklahoma, who is Texas A&M's main rival? And then someone commented, it's like you basically just submitted, then people just comment what they think. And this first person
Yeah.
to comment is like a Tennessee person. He said expectations.
Ooh.
And then an
Ooh.
LSU person says, I'll help you bury the body.
Oh, brutal. That's awesome.
That made me laugh. Hold on. Ooh.
Mhm.
Another, did you see it?
Mhm.
Uh MLB awards.
Yes.
Michael Harris won the NL
I
Rookie
was
of the
hoping you'd bring
Year.
that in. I was hoping you'd bring that in.
Spencer Strider was second. Brendan Donovan was third, I believe.
Yeah.
American League, Julio Rodriguez won it.
Yep.
I don't remember who was second or third. Probably Adley
Quan,
Rushman and
yeah, and Quan's probably in there somewhere too. Yeah.
yeah, all the Quan lovers.
For real, bro.
He's really good, but Julio's
Not that
older.
great. Yep.
Cy Young, Verlander won Cy Young again at 41, crazy. And then Sandy Alcantara won it for the NL.
Mm-hmm.
A little bittersweet, but still at the time the trade made sense.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah. We're
time it
sticking with
made
that.
sense.
Yep. And
Uh
then MVP wise, did they announce that yet? Or is that tonight?
no, maybe
Or
tomorrow.
okay.
I'm assuming
It's gotta be Goldie though. I mean,
it has to be.
gotta be. Gotta
If
be.
Machado wins it, I will. Where's the MLB headquarters? New York.
New York, I think. We're gonna storm the
Let's
headquarters.
go. Yeah, let's go protest.
A to Z Sports Talk storms the headquarters.
Yeah, we get
Uh
arrested. That'd be kind
it's
of funny.
gotta be Judge. I would almost guarantee it
Oh
in
yeah,
the American League. Did you see the ball, the 60-second homer or whatever? Ball went for like 3 mil or something like that.
really. I wonder how
Yeah.
much that guy who caught it in Pittsburgh, Albert's
Oh,
last home run, who said he literally, when they interviewed me, he went to the game to catch either Albert's or Yachty's last regular season home run.
legend.
If I was him, I think we talked about this before when it happened, but lifetime season tickets in the green seats.
Yep.
I want nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like $3 billion, a stake in the ownership.
You're going all
Yeah.
in, all for it. That's awesome.
I'd give it to Pools if he would forego his personal service contract with the Angels and 100% guaranteed going as a Cardinal.
Yeah,
I guess another baseball news: Teoscar Hernandez got traded to the Mariners
that's
for
big time.
Eric Swanson.
Swanson and some lefty, I
Someone.
believe.
It makes
Yeah,
sense for both teams, though. Really.
yeah. I love it for the Mariners even more. So the thing with the Blue Jays is that they have now a massive hole in right field because Teoscar's been extremely reliable, and you and I agree, very underrated for years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's talks of Brandon Nimmo, which is a downgrade, but not massive. Like he wouldn't be awful out there. He's a good player. I think
I
overrated,
still
but I
think
think
Brandon Nimmo's extremely overrated, but that's just
same.
my opinion.
No, I completely agree because I always have him on like the top 100 list
Yeah,
going
like
into the
number one
season.
center fielder. I'm like,
Yeah,
Mike
no
Trout does
shot.
exist.
Exactly. But for the Mariners, absolutely love it. They needed a big
Mm-hmm.
bat to go in the middle of their order. Now they have Julio and Teoscar.
Mitch
Great
Haniger.
duo to have. Mitch Haniger, yeah, that's probably the three outfielders I would imagine. Jesse Winker didn't really turn out,
Oh,
so I don't
Jesse
know what
Winker
they're gonna.
sucks. I trade him.
Yeah, they have to do something with them. So they have the pitching. Hitting was where they fell apart versus the
Yeah.
Astros this year. So that's a big move for them.
Rizzo
Big
signed
move.
back with the Yankees.
Yes,
And
he did.
also, I keep forgetting that they have the shift rule next year. So some of those big
Oh yeah,
lefty bats that pull it a bunch, they may get more through the hole.
that's very true. That's very true. Um, but yeah, I mentioned it every single episode. We still have not done it. Our player grades for the Cardinals. We're gonna take Thanksgiving off, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, but we're gonna be back Monday with an episode, but we're gonna take all of Thanksgiving off, and then after that, I guess we could do our
Yeah.
player grades. We also have
We'll do it when the regular season starts.
yeah next April.
Yeah.
But moving on to the NHL, I mentioned how the Blues are rolling right now, 4 straight wins. I guess they had beaten. It started with Vegas, I thought.
Vegas.
Did it start in Vegas? No, it started with the Sharks last Thursday. That's what it was. And then we beat Vegas. And then we talked about both of those last episode. The Blues beat the Avalanche 3-2 on Monday. And the ending of that game was one of those moments watching that where I could see the whole season changing, where it was the Avalanche who were down a couple guys, but they still had McCarr there. They still had McKinnon. Um, they had Rantanen there. They had, and Rantanen's a two-time player of the night winner for A to Z Sports Talk, so he's
Huge
obviously good.
award.
Yeah, yeah. But no, they were all on the ice, and they had a 6-on-3 with a minute 30 left. They pulled their goalie. They had a 5-on-3, a bad, really unlucky penalties. I think there was one hooking by Shen, maybe. That was kind of his stick got stuck and he couldn't pull it out and just hooked the guy. The other one went off of Buchnevich's stick and out of play for a delay game. Literally, he had nothing to do with it. He just kind of, really bad luck. So they pulled their goalie 6-on-3. Bennington stopped 45 of 47. Also saw our story that night, so shout out Benner.
Yeah, he'll be on here soon.
Facts. Yeah. But he was 45 for 7 and 45 for 47 in net. And it was O'Reilly, Parayko, and Mikula out there for like a minute and a half. And they were just like at the end, they were just just strolling on their skates. Like they weren't skating at all. They were just like sticking their stick out. But we killed it off, and a huge win. The moms were there, obviously, like I mentioned. So big win then. We had Tuesday off, played on Wednesday night versus the Blackhawks, beat them 5-2. The moms were also there. Tyler Pitlick had his first goal as a Blue. I almost said Cardinal. First goal as a Blue. And first of all, what a legendary last name. Tyler Pitlick. I mean, like, what a legendary last name. But no,
it's not a last name I would like.
Facts. Yeah. He had his first goal as a Blue. Exactly. I know he got bullied in high school.
Oh, for sure.
In middle school and elementary. But his mom was in the crowd with all the other moms, and she was actually pretty emotional. So that was super cool to see. But we beat our rivals, the Blackhawks, and then we're back tonight on Thursday night versus the Capitals at home. We're 7-8 now, out of nowhere. I mean, we were 3-8, and now
I'm looking at the standings right now, and the Central is pretty tight
for sure.
Don't they go Winnipeg by points?
Still at the top? Yeah.
Dallas is in first with 20, so we're 6 games or not six points. And then how many points do you get for a win?
2. That's 3 games out.
And then Arizona's last with 13, so pretty tight. I know it's early in the season, but
Arizona's been playing solid. There's one team I really want to talk about in a second that have been dominating, which is amazing.
The Bruins?
No, the Devils. The New Jersey Devils. I think I mentioned it maybe last episode, but they've won 10 straight now. Yeah, they've been absolutely rolling. But with the Blues, I really saw the stretch of Colorado coming up and Vegas, those 2 games. And let's say you lost the one versus the Sharks to start the streak. Then you had Colorado and Vegas. Let's say you lose those 3 and go on like 11-game losing streak. That might be your season. You might have coaching changes. So it sounds crazy because we're only 15 games into an 82-game season, but those 2 or 3 games really, I think, changed the whole trajectory of what your season looks like. So it's really they're fun to watch right now. They're kind of getting back to that gritty, tough hockey team that we were when we won it, and then past years when we've been successful. But also on Monday night, the Islanders beat the Senators, the Flames beat the Kings, Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks. And I don't want to sit here and, like I usually do, and go through all the games because we got a busy episode. But I did want to talk about, more than anything, probably the Devils, who are sitting at 13-3, have won 10 straight. And you look at the roster, and they have good players. I mean, Jesper Bratt, and he's the one that Conlon sent the video of, and the guy, it's like a meme or something, and the guy says, Jesper Bratt.
This Paul Bissonnette says that on.
Yeah,
it's like, Jesper Bratt.
Yeah. So that's him. And then they obviously have Jack Hughes, who was the number 1 overall pick, and then Nico Hischier. They're young and talented. Tatar's been good, and Dougie Hamilton.
When I think of the Devils, defenseman. I think of Seinfeld Putty with his face paint.
Do you know why they're called the Devils? Do you know how they got their name?
Is it the folklore, the New Jersey Devil?
How'd you know about that?
Hey,
I just found out a few months ago or whatever. I didn't know you knew about that. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I guess some mythical creature that was wandering around or something, and
my dad watched. We watched some show one time. It was about people trying to find the New Jersey Devil.
There you go. Look at you, Zach, on top of it. But yeah, they've been playing really, really well. And honestly, I wanted to shout out the Islanders, 11-6. They've been shocking. everybody. I'm trying to see somebody who's really underperformed. Buffalo
Pittsburgh.
started off. Where's Pittsburgh at? Oh, Pittsburgh has really underperformed. You're right. Yeah, 6, 7, and 3. Um, yeah, that's very true. And then Buffalo was in the top 5 team in the league to start the season, and they have fallen off. They're 7-10, sitting in second to last in the Atlantic. But like you said, the Central's so tight. Winnipeg's been playing really well. Then there's obviously Colorado and Minnesota and Nashville.
Edmonton
But
and Calgary are like they're still in the hunt,
mhm.
but not as great. I don't
Yeah,
even remember who I picked for the playoffs, to be honest. I feel like
I'll have to
I
look
know
at
I
it.
picked Vancouver for
Yeah,
the fast defenseman guy,
Quinn Hughes.
Hughes. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
entire
Jack.
reason I picked him.
That's Jack Hughes' brother. There's like 4 of them, and 3 of them are in the NHL now, I believe.
Really, they're
Two
like
for the.
the Chucks.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
they have another? Does
Yeah.
the Chucks have another brother or sister? They have a
I think
sister.
it's yeah, I think it's
It's
just
just
Brady
those
and
two and a
Matthew.
sister.
Yeah, yeah. But Robert Thomas lived with them for a while here in St. Louis. He moved down from
Oh,
Canada and lived
nice.
with them when he was training for us here. But no, I'm looking at the standings with the Pacific, like you mentioned. Obviously, Vegas has really overperformed what we thought. 13-4. The Kings, who shocked everybody last year. I like to, for people that aren't big hockey fans, I like to compare it to the San Francisco Giants last year. I guess not this previous year, but the year before, where they
They
kind
were
of
so
shocked
bad
everybody.
last year.
Yeah, they were. That year that they made the NLDS, I guess, and then lost to the Dodgers or whatever it
They
was.
literally won the division with
Yeah,
literally you couldn't even name a person on their
yeah.
team.
That's how I compare the Kings. And but the Kings are playing well this year, 11-7-1. They actually had Trevor Moore last night versus the Edmonton Oilers. They had 3 goals. He had all 3 of them, and he had 2 coming into the game on the season. So he had more goals in that one game for his first career hat trick than he had in the season. So he was our player of the night. Shout out Trevor Moore of the Kings.
Let's do something nice.
Yeah, but
If you
then
come on.
exactly, yeah, there you go. There's an NBA player, Terrence Davis, who won Player of the Night. He saw our story as well. So shout out
Oh,
Terrence
from
Davis.
he's on the Kings.
Yeah, Ole Miss. That's what
Yeah.
Jonathan was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good in
Um,
2K. Like he has a nice shot.
yeah. No, but before we wrap up NHL, I did want to shout out the Kraken, man. 8-5-3 have
The
been playing
Kraken.
really. I mean, I think first of all, that's got to be the best name and logo and
Oh
hockey, in
yeah.
my opinion. Unless
Uh
you're an old head and want the vintage something. But what were you thinking? What
I
what
don't know. I was
logo?
gonna look at some teams. I think I like Buffalo's uniforms though.
Ooh, those are clean. Those are clean. With the swords that cross over.
Yeah.
That is nice. That is nice. I kind of like hmm, I kind of like the Islanders a little bit
The
because they have the
Islanders.
hockey stick. They have the hockey stick which stands for the Y.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't like the blue and orange combination, that's for sure. But yeah, I kind of like that.
I
And I
needed to
kind of like
load so I can look at the logos. It's not loading.
I kind of like Winnipeg's. Winnipeg's got that jet airplane within
Yeah.
like a maple leaf. So I think that's pretty dope.
Vancouver's
Oh,
kind of cool
oh,
with the orca on the sea.
I know what's the best one easily. It's the Wild. It's the Wild for me.
Oh, the
It's
wild.
because it's like a nature. It's like
Yeah.
the forest, but then if you look closely, it's shaped as a bear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's absolutely dope. But no, the
Okay,
Kraken
my stupid. I
are
can't
dope.
even see the. Come on, computer, load. Okay, now they came up. Now I can. Nashville's is kind of cool.
Yeah, they just got those mustard yellow jerseys that a lot of people don't like.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their. Yeah.
The old Ducks logo was pretty nice. The the Mighty Ducks one where they had
Yeah.
like the hockey mask as a duck bill.
I low
Um,
key kind of like the Maple Leaves.
the just
Just the leaves kind
like
of
yeah,
cool, and there's the blue and white. Probably because the Washington Blue Jays. So I just have always liked blue and white.
yeah.
I don't know. I just
Blue
think
and white,
it looks nice.
blue and white is clean. That's
I feel
very
like they're
clean.
kind of like the uh not like Packers kind of where they
Hmm.
just have like the same uniforms all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's classy. Or like
Also, that's
Alabama, they just wear
mhm.
the same stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Toronto's definitely got that OG fields to it, like one of the
Mhm.
original 6, I think it was. Red Wings, Bruins, Maple Leafs, Canadians. I don't know if I can name the last 2. that were the
I think the
original.
worst logo is Montreal. Oh my God.
That's pretty lame. That's pretty lame. I think the Penguins are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think the Rangers are pretty lame, honestly. It's just like a badge.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty boring. But yeah, that was our NHL segment. We can move on to NBA. Um, from this week, we had a couple massive performances. Or was that last? That might have been last week. Let me run it through it here. But
It may have.
I know Tatum's been popping off. He's been going pretty crazy here.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure.
oh, I got to shout out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, dude. Dude is literally
Told you.
going nuts. He's averaging
Oh, Darius Garland
32.
had a 50 pointer and a lot of 50s. 50,
Yes.
50.
He,
Oh, what's the 50?
50 balls.
Yes.
Yeah. He had one. Steph had one last night. But Shea, dude, 32. He's averaging 32.3 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and almost 6 assists with a
Dang.
third best efficiency in the league.
He
And
had
he's only
42 last
24.
night.
And a game winner. And he hit a game winner last night. Yeah, he's been popping off.
Ooh,
Um,
Bull had 26 points. Let's go.
dude's getting playing time in Orlando.
Yeah,
It's
the
really good to see.
Nuggets are not. I think that's a dumb decision for them to get rid of him.
I like how you became really angry and then like calmed yourself down
I
mid
did,
mid
yeah.
talking there. Um, who else
That's
here?
another guy where I was looking at like Instagram and I just see Bull in the Magic uniform. I'm like, when did you get there?
I know. Yeah. I don't even know like where Taco Fall is right now. I want to say he's overseas somewhere. I don't think he's in the league anymore.
Really?
On Tuesday night, the Kings beat the Nets 153 to 121. What is going on in Brooklyn? And I keep
150 what?
153 to 121. They
Hey,
give
Darren Fox,
153
baby.
153 to the Kings. And the Kings have the best record in California right now.
Dang right they do.
Over the Lakers, over the Clippers, over the Warriors. Isn't that nuts?
I think that I think the Kings are going in the right direction. I've always
For
been a fan
sure.
of them just because Darren Fox is very fun to play with on 2K.
You want to know something?
Sabonis, good.
Yeah. And then I mean you have Keegan Murray, great draft pick.
Yeah, he's been
Um
playing good ever since he started playing. That's honestly kind of when they started winning.
mhm. They're just so young and
Yeah.
athletic. Um so Keegan Murray had 4 points in that game. De'Aaron Fox had 14. That's it. And they scored 153. That was where Sabonis had 17, Harrison Barnes had 16. He's like a veteran presence for them. And
Harrison
Terrence
Barnes
Davis,
is still good.
he's very solid.
I
Yeah,
saw
he's
him
very,
playing
very solid.
college when
Oh,
in
did
Mount
you?
March Madness when it was in St. Louis.
Gotcha. I was gonna say maybe at Clemson for because he played for North Carolina, but
Yeah,
it was at.
I was like in elementary school when he was
Oh,
in
that's right.
college.
That's right. I forgot about that. He has been here a while, hasn't he? I forgot about that. Yeah, he's 30 years old. Dang. But Terrence Davis had 31 and Malik Monk had 15. I think Monk's a great signing for them.
Yeah, they got a lot depth. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
depth is so much more important than kind of why the Nets and Lakers aren't playing
We're seeing
great.
that now. We're seeing that now for sure. More than ever, where depth is really because I thought there was a stretch there probably from the Celtics with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and them and KG. From that, probably until the Warriors dynasty, and then um, the Raptors knocked them off in 2019 with
Mhm.
Kawhi. And ever since then, 2020 with the Lakers, that wasn't a super team. With it was just Bron and AD and a lot of good role players. 2021 with the Bucks, and then the Warriors last year. That wasn't a super team though. That was
They
a
were
Steph
deep.
Curry. Yeah,
They were
exactly.
deep too.
So I think we're transitioning from the super team era from like 2008 to 2019, and then now we're transitioning into more depth again, which I guess is good. I mean, it's good for basketball.
Oh,
It
it's way
really is.
better than the stupid super teams.
Yeah.
Also, Taco
Uh,
Fall plays for the Xinjiang Flying Tigers
there you go. Right on.
in China.
Do your thing, Taco. Do your thing. I have a question for you though. If you, I know you're not a big NBA guy like I am, but if you were getting somebody to watch NBA and you were really wanting them to enjoy it, what is one player you would have them watch?
What are you trying to make me enjoy the NBA?
No,
Trying to get Hannah to enjoy?
no. Because I was thinking about this, and I think it's a clear.
Giannis.
Is it Giannis?
Mm, yeah. Yeah. He's just
So
like he does everything.
yeah. So for me, excitement factor, I got to see this guy live. It's
LeBron.
John Morant. It's John Morant. John Morant's
Yeah.
athleticism, his
Do you
passing
see his
ability.
switch hand dunk?
Oh, dude. He's the only guy in the NBA that does that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Where he's goes up with his right hand,
The
switches
only
it
one
to
who
his
does
left.
it in a game. I'm sure a lot of people can do
Mhm.
it, but no one
Yeah.
does it in a game.
Yeah. In like a poster situation. Like he did it over somebody. Yeah, he's really special. And I think he's the guy I would have people watch if they wanted to watch basketball at its finest. Because I honestly think I'm gonna make a bold prediction that in like 3 to 5 years from now, he's the best player in basketball. Giannis will
Mm,
still be like 32 or 31, but
Luca.
and
Luca's
Luka, and
better
then
than John
I
Morant
mean,
right
shoot,
now, probably.
Jokic has won 2 straight MVPs, so
And
he's
they're
got to
all
be in
so young.
the. Mhm. Tatum's rising quick
There's a lot of good players.
for sure. Yeah, it's really good for the NBA, and obviously this is our lifetime, so we don't really know the past as well as we do now. But like we're seeing KD, who's like 34, and
Mm,
Steph, who's 34, and Bron's 38 almost, and we're seeing like all these guys we grew up with transition off and hand it off to these young guys.
mm.
And I guess we kind of witnessed it. I don't know how much you followed growing up NBA, but we saw it with like Paul Pierce and Kobe and Dirk. They handed it off really
My
kind
boy
of like
Dirk.
that's your boy Dirk. They handed it off kind of to Steph, Bron, and guys like that. So
D
yeah,
Wade.
D Wade. Yeah, I mean, I think it has to happen every single 15, 20 years. It
Yeah.
happens, and I think we're really in that point where Steph. Don't get me wrong, Steph, Bron, and KD are still balling out. And honestly, I'd put Kawhi in that conversation because even though he's like
Yeah.
4 years younger, that dude's not playing. Like, I just don't
Hmm.
know if what his deal is. I still think he's the type of guy that can come back and like dominate for you in the postseason.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I don't know if he's ever going to be an all-star again because he doesn't
Yeah, he
play
just
in the
doesn't
regular
play.
season. Exactly. But um
I'm looking up what is wrong with Kawhi.
there you go. I think it's that same knee thing from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But the Boston Celtics are 12-3 now. They're at the top of the conference. Milwaukee's finally lost a couple after a crazy start. They're 11-3. Atlanta Hawks.
Giannis was out. All their guys were out for a little bit
That's
too.
true. That's true. Javon Carter was hooping. Atlanta Hawks are third in the conference at 9-6, and then Cleveland. Look at Cleveland, man. They fell off a little bit.
Mm,
Sitting at 8-6. Toronto and Indiana. Look at Indiana as well.
Indiana. I'm telling
Look at
you, their
them,
team is
man.
not
They're
as bad as
exciting.
people say.
They played the Raptors the other night, and I watched that entire game. And yeah, they're very exciting. They Raptors could not stop Matherin and Halliburton for the life of them.
Okay, Indiana, in theory, they'd be a very fun team to play with on 2K. No.
Mhm.
Tyrese Halliburton shot so weird, you can't make a jump shot with them.
It's ugly. It's ugly. Is it really late? I feel like it'd be really late.
You hold it, and then like I'm trying to get a timer, and then it's like goes really quick, and then it like goes down. I'm like, I
Oh
can
my
never get it.
gosh. Yeah.
You can't. It's like it's really slow too, so you never can get space.
Also
Yeah,
in the
I
East,
started a
though,
franchise with them. I just gave up.
yeah, I agree with you. That is a team that seems very fun to play with. I don't know though. Like, what have they done with Matherin? Is he actually that good in the game? I haven't
He's
played with
not
them, but
bad. His shot's pretty good. I bet his
okay,
rate's been going up. It was like a 70 in the 70s. I think
yeah.
around 75, a little higher than that.
And shoot, dude, if we're gonna talk 2K, I gotta shout him out, dude. I think they did for the first time, and we mentioned this maybe a little bit, you and I. I think they did a really good job this year with the game. I know it's
Really?
like with the greens, like it's harder to what is it? What how do we say it? It's harder to get them. But
It's
when you
easier to get greens.
yes, it's easier to that's right. It's easier to get them, but you need to get them to like really make
Hmm.
a shot. But I will say I've made like I'm on the hardest level and I'm making contested layups that look realistic
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I love it. I absolutely love it so
I
far.
when you start playing on the higher levels, you can't make shots
Yeah,
really at all. So you just have to
yeah,
drive it, pick
I
and roll
know.
all day.
Yeah,
Except if
yeah.
you do, I'm playing on Superstar and did a fantasy draft with all the teams. It's always very fun to do. My
Mm-hmm.
starting lineup is Gilbert Arenas.
Ooh.
Completely forgot my shooting guard. Oh, Rip Hamilton,
Gotcha.
KD as small forward,
Uh-huh.
Giannis. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, you sent me that the other night. Giannis went nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I do it and then I have it after this. I play 8-minute quarters. Then I have after it like sim the stats to like 12-minute.
Mm-hmm.
He almost had a quadruple double. I was 1 assist short. I had 10 blocks. He blocked so many people. And then I have
Yeah,
Yao Ming as my center. And then I have
of
like Jason
course.
Richardson off the bench
Ooh.
with John Wall, young, good John Wall.
Yeah, yeah. Athletic John Wall.
I was
Another
making
team,
everything.
another team in the East that caught my eyes, the Sixers, and they're sitting at 7-7. And honestly, if you're a Sixers fan, you got to be kind of happy with that. Without
Mhm.
James Harden, to be at that. Oh, we have to mention the Joel Embiid game.
59.
59. Like, I have to find it, unless you can find it first. That is one of the craziest stat lines we've seen in recent history.
When was it?
I want to say it was against. It might have been was it against the Jazz? Was that the most recent
Found
game
it.
he played?
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Jeez, dude. And
59
read
points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists.
and look at the blocks.
19 for 28 shooting, 20 for
Uh-huh.
24 from free throw line, 7 blocks, 5 turnovers, 3 personal fouls,
Should read them all off.
89 fantasy points. Okay, I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Plus minus plus 25.
Unreal though. 59, 11, and 8 and 7. That's the
And
biggest stat line
he
I've seen in a
scored
while.
he scored over half their points. They only just
I
had
know.
105 points.
I know. Isn't that wild? That's absolutely insane. Uh in the West, I'm pulling it back up here. I accidentally exited out of it. In the West, um, Portland, man. Portland's at the top at 10-4. And that's gotta be still a surprise that they're at the top. I thought they'd be decent, but not like that. And then
Yeah.
Phoenix still rolling along. But you look, it's really all jumbled together. Even one through shoot, man.
Yeah.
One
1 through
through
6 is a game and a half back. Heck,
yeah.
1 through 10 spot Minnesota is 3.5 back.
Look at Golden State, 4.5, and San Antonio, 4.5. I mean,
Lakers 6.5.
yeah. I mean, if we're
Rest in
being real,
peace.
if we're being real, the Rockets at 7.5 in last place is not a big margin to have. So
No.
yeah,
It's
there's
not like they
nobody
played a
really
ton of
running away.
games though, but
Exactly. Exactly.
Portland's flying under the radar. I didn't realize they're that good.
Yeah. I mean, Dame even missed a few games, but Simons has been great, and Jeremy Grant's been a great addition.
Nazir
Nurkic,
Little.
Nazir Little, Justice Winslow off the bench. You mentioned where he was a
That's where
couple
he
episodes
is?
ago. Yeah, that's where he's at. Yeah, he's been playing well for them. Yeah, man. And then
I'm
Utah's
rooting for
fallen off
Utah.
a
I want
little.
Utah to win it all.
10-6 at the 4th spot there. Tied for second, I guess, technically. Um, but yeah, man, it's super fun right now. I catch myself every night watching some games, and it's been a lot of fun so far. In the college basketball, do you just want to roast me right off the bat here? You want to get it over with?
Yeah, you're a long time. Your alma mater Gonzaga is not
Alma
that
mater.
good.
Yeah. I will say, I know you question my fandom quite often. Gonzaga, Washington, definitely questionable. That was a very recent, as soon as like a year and a half ago.
I
Gonzaga,
think about it and I just like start chuckling. It's so funny to me. I love it, but I just crack up.
I'm all
'Cause you
in.
go like it's like you say it and then like you're all in. Like
Mhm.
we filmed on Thursday. And you're like, I think I'm doing Washington. Then that Saturday you're like posting like all the Washington football stuff.
All in, bro. I'm all in. Now
Once
Gonzaga
AJ
though,
posts
man.
like 5 posts, reposts from the football Washington
Yeah,
team, full
yeah,
time fan.
yeah, for sure. No, I followed Gonzaga since I was a kid though. Those we did that college basketball draft and Adam Morrison days. Those were the days where I started. But no, man, Texas beat them 93-74 on Wednesday night. Texas is going to jump probably top. Man, they could probably
Texas is back,
top
but not in
six.
football.
Yeah, facts. They might be top 6 in the country by the
Oh,
next ranking.
probably, yeah.
Um, any
Old
other
Duke lost to Kansas. Ugh, two
yes,
teams I don't
and
like.
Michigan State in double overtime knocking off Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was big. And with that game, I will say Oscar Sheboy missed the second overtime, which was massive, huge
Hmm.
difference maker. But Michigan State, I know it was the outdoor game versus Gonzaga, but they pushed Gonzaga to the brink of a loss there, and then they beat Kentucky. I think Michigan State, even though they're 2-1, could be looking at a ranking spot.
Yeah, for sure.
And then what was the game? I thought there was one Monday. I don't think there was any ranked games, but I have to. I can't
Probably
go.
not. A lot of ranked games are either on Tuesdays,
Yeah,
Thursdays, and Saturdays.
yeah. I know it's
And then
wild.
like a Big East game on Sundays or Big
Yeah,
Ten on Fox.
I have to mention us being from St. Louis, as you guys know. I have to mention SLU though, man. Uh, Beating Memphis 90-84. I think as SLU fans and SLU coaching staff would really like to tighten up defensively, because that's what we kind of hang our hat on. But 90-84 win over Memphis, you're scoring points, and that's tremendous. I mean, that's what we've kind of missed the last couple of years. But Javante Perkins is back scoring. Yuri Collins and Travis Ford, for the SLU's coach, said this. Yuri Collins is the best point guard in the country. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, he literally might be, dude. Like, he's playing unreal. But they tried to pack their non-conference schedule as good as possible, as I guess they can, to try to
Yeah.
there's good teams in the A10, but they want to kind of make a statement that they're that team. And so they have Maryland, a Big Ten team, on Saturday at noon, and then they have a Paul Quinn. I don't know what that is. It doesn't even have a logo. It must be like a
A
NAIA or
D2 or
D3.
some
Yeah,
bad team.
and then we play at Auburn, number 13 Auburn, and that's the big one for me.
Yeah,
That
for sure.
if we can pull that off, they're at the borderline of being ranked right now. I think they were 30 votes off, I believe, from being actually ranked. So
Yeah,
they're right.
they got like 47 votes.
Yeah. So they're right there, man. Which is really fun to watch. They're really fun to watch in general. I have a good buddy that I go to school with that is good friends with them, and with a lot of players on that team, and so he's always there. And I posted on my Instagram story. I saw him on TV the other day. I don't
Oh,
know if you
nice.
saw that. But no, SLU's been playing great, man, and it's really fun to
Mizzou's
watch.
been playing good too. They haven't
I
really
have not
played.
followed them at all.
Wow.
I know. Are they 2-0, 2-1?
They're
What are they
like
sitting
3
at?
and 0.
Are they?
Let me get to them real quick. SEC, SEC. They haven't really played anyone too great yet, but they've been scoring a lot of points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like we've seen in pretty much every sport that we talk about here. It's very wide open. It's very early, but it's very wide open.
Oh, college basketball is the one sport where it's wide open. They're 4-0. They've beaten
I thought they just
Southern
beat SEMO.
Indiana, Penn, Lindenwood, and SIUE. They've scored 90 points in every game except Lindenwood. They scored 82. Um, yeah, the SI or I think the SIU game, there was a walk on who got in at the end of the game. He shot a ball from like a deep three right and like a buzzer beater, and it went in and it covered
Mhm.
the spread. That shot
Oh,
covered the spread.
that's
So if you
awesome!
had, yeah,
Wow.
they
Yeah, man. It's
have Mississippi Valley State. That'll be a blowout.
yeah.
Coastal Carolina, they really don't play that. Oh yes. They started the Mizzou Kansas again. So they play Kansas at home December 10th. I'm
Gotcha.
very excited for that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Then they have
I
the
will.
bragging rights game, and then they play everyone in the SEC. But also in football, in a couple years, they're starting to play. They're going to play each other again,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. That Mizzou should never left the Big 12. That's my personal
I
opinion.
agree. No, I completely agree with that. I will say this is not college basketball, and I think that's pretty much all we wanted to cover today with college basketball. But my dad, my dad just showed me a letter he wrote on a piece of paper and he hung it up so we wouldn't interrupt the interview. But Paul Goldschmidt is the National League MVP officially. So,
Let's go.
yep,
Hall of
first
Fame.
first one since Albert Pujols to be a Cardinal since 2009.
Who was second?
So
Was Arenado second?
I don't have it here. I just have the notification. But yeah, he's MVP. We also have a trade, MLB trade. Mariners and the Diamondbacks, 1-for-1. Kyle Lewis for Cooper Hummel. That's a game changer. There you go.
All I know is Kyle Lewis has an A potential on MLB The Show.
Yeah, he's just always hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Find that for me real quick. If that's what you're searching. Who got
I will
second
try.
place before we hand it off to Montez's interview?
Oh wow,
Jack's
that was
dying over here.
aggressive sneeze. Hey, a great feeling though.
That's facts. Forgot about that.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to run to the sink real quick and spit something out.
yeah.
So,
Go for it. But no, I'm sure, guys, that I'm sure probably Manny Machado was second, and then Arenado. That's my guess. But yeah, goalies MVP. That's pretty dope. I don't think they announced American League yet, but it's got to be Judge. Football, I guess. But we'll move into college football and then touch on the NFL. You said not crazy games this week, but what are you thinking?
yeah.
I guess we could run down.
Alabama plays like Austin P, so that's gonna be a
Nice,
close one.
solid.
Uh, let's
Any
see.
game, any games that we should pick that could be close
Michigan plays Illinois. Illinois was ranked, but they're not anymore. But
at Michigan?
yeah, because
Okay.
Michigan can't play anyone away. But I want to see how Michigan plays against them, though. I feel like they'll win, but
Could be close.
yeah, I could see Illinois giving them a little trouble. They're a hard-nosed team with Brett Bielema, I believe, is their coach. So a seasoned coach. Um,
I mean,
Not a
TCU
huge
Baylor,
Illinois fan because Mizzou, but
yeah,
I wouldn't mind them beating Michigan.
for sure.
Another
Maybe I
game
mean
would what?
I know Clemson's odds aren't great now, but that would
Hey,
help.
we have a 50% or no, we have a pretty good chance if we win out. No
Yeah.
one's talking about us, which I like because they're like, oh, we lost. So we just fly under the radar. Our teams
Yeah.
usually play better at the end
Mm-hmm.
when we're not in cold weather. We're a warm weather
Yeah.
team.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, we can talk about Clemson. Yeah, I'll talk about like 20 minutes about them. We play Miami. Miami is really bad.
Mhm.
You remember when we did the quarterback rankings? Like,
Yes.
I had Tyler Van Dyke on my rankings. He
Mhm.
got benched for like a freshman. He's been terrible this year. The
They
freshman
were
guys are super athletic though, so that's a little worrying to me. But I
were they
think
ranked coming into the season?
yeah, they were ranked pretty high.
That's what I thought.
They were
Dang.
ranked. I feel like I'm gonna guess 11,
Wow.
maybe.
Yeah, I thought they were ranked pretty high as well.
All right.
I will say there is one game this week. I think could be. I mean, Illinois, Michigan, like you said, is pretty big. But the TCU Baylor one at Baylor,
I was just about to say that.
that could be tough. That could
I
be
agree.
tough.
At Baylor, but TCU just wins. I really like
Mhm.
TCU, but for Clemson to get in, you just got to root for chaos. But also at the same time, I'm fine with winning the ACC, not getting in, just having a New Year's Day bowl game against Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
fine. Hey, if we win that, we only had one loss in the season
Mhm.
when everyone said we weren't that good. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule here for this week, and I'm finding a couple that aren't like ranked teams. There's a couple ranked teams playing each other, but
Texas, Kansas is interesting, I think.
for sure. I'm also talking like something crazy. What about Georgia at Kentucky
Mm-hmm.
or Ohio State at Maryland? Even I think
Yeah,
both of those
Maryland's.
games could be closer than what people think.
Yeah, I could see that too. Penn State at Rutgers.
Yeah, showdown,
Hey,
baby.
never know.
Yeah.
Um,
What about like Tennessee at South Carolina?
South
Something.
Carolina is terrible. There was a stats on Spencer Rattler.
Mhm.
He's not good.
I know he was in my QB rankings coming into the season. I thought he was going to turn
Ole
it around.
Miss at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being upset for sure because if KJ Jefferson's back,
Mhm.
Arkansas is way better, and LSU only put 1 by 3. That's why I think LSU is not that good, even though they're ranked 7th. But coming off that depressing loss, rumors about Lane Kiffin wanting to go to Auburn or go somewhere else, I could see
Mhm.
Arkansas giving them some trouble. But Ole Miss, you just got to give it to Judkins.
Mhm.
He's just a beast.
I really hope your good friend Jonathan, our past guest, is not listening right now because
Oh, Jonathan talks crap about Clemson all the time.
Does he?
So
Okay, right.
yeah. Well, everyone does. Everyone
Yeah,
does to me.
yeah. Uh,
Probably the biggest game is
yep.
USC
Say it.
UCLA.
Okay, okay. I forgot about that one.
At the Rose
Oh,
Bowl. So will there be
I was looking at
fans
the other
there from either
Pac-12,
team?
the other Pac-12 matchup, Utah Oregon. That's another showdown.
Yeah, that's in the Pac. Wow, Pac-12 has the good games this week.
I know. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Washington knocking off Oregon last week was gonna have a little higher than 17. I was thinking 15 or 14.
You lost to like
But
Arizona though.
I know we lost to Arizona and we lost to UCLA. UCLA is not a bad loss, I guess, because they've had a
I
good
bet
year. But
UCLA is going to beat USC Pac-12 out of the college football playoff. Just get it out of the way. Come on,
hmm,
UCLA.
okay. I'm
Uh,
really hoping. I'm hoping everybody loses so Utah can make it because that's what I predicted to begin the season.
they're not going to make it. They're not. They're not.
What else we got? Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma's been awful,
Bedlam.
but I mean that could be a showdown.
It's always a fun
But
game.
I thought Oklahoma to Texas was going to be a lot more fun than what it was earlier in the year. Wasn't
Oklahoma's
that like
not good.
55 nothing or something? It
Yeah.
was awful. Um,
Pac or not Pac ACC game that could be interesting. Syracuse and Wake Forest. Two teams that
mm,
were ranked and then kind of fallen off after we beat them. So
there you go. There's another
uh,
ACC matchup. NC State at Louisville. I think Louisville could win that.
if Malik Cunningham plays, he got hurt last week. He was playing hurt and then he got hurt something else against us. I think Louisville can pull it out, but NC State's playing with the backup quarterback, so who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
Mizzou plays New Mexico State. Need to
Mm-hmm.
win that game and then beat Arkansas to get bowl eligible.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
I mean, you were talking about Arkansas. They're not even bowl eligible yet because
no,
they've
not
been
yet.
rocky.
So the borderline game could be bowl eligibility on the
Oh yeah,
line. But
yeah,
Mizzou, I know they're 4-6. They've played a lot of close games, so you got to
yeah.
be if you're thinking positive, they're kind of
Mm-hmm.
getting in the right direction. Just need that guy at the helm. Like Brady Cook seems like a great guy, but I don't think he's that elite quarterback. And then maybe
Do you
get some
remember?
other weapons.
Do you remember James Franklin back in the day? I think it was
Oh
James
yeah.
Franklin. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
running quarterback.
Everyone rode him so like
Mm-hmm.
hard and he led him to like SEC championship and was
Mm-hmm.
you remember
Yeah.
Matty Monk?
Wow, Matty Mock. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
Monk.
throwback.
Got
Yeah,
the did some drugs, got in some trouble.
yeah, Matty Mock. He was he with Green Beckham? Was that the same?
Green Beckham, maybe. Or he was like came at the end of him.
Okay.
Or James Franklin was the starter, then Matty Mock came when James Franklin was there. So they like kind of switch off every once in a while, but James Franklin was better than Matty
Yeah,
Mock.
Matty Mock. Dang. Do you
The
have
funny
anything
thing
else?
is NCAA football, I think when James Franklin became quarterback, it was one of the last years. And me and Jonathan actually, because we'd always have fancy or not NCAA football duels when we'd go to each other's house. It was
Mhm.
like our thing. We'd play each other. But
Oh yeah.
we're like, oh, Mizzou has a new quarterback. And we go, because it was after like Blaine Gabbert. They're like, oh, he hasn't. And it was a guy with dreads. And we're like, whoa, our quarterback has dreads. And then in real life, no, he had like a buzz cut.
Yeah. 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 He was I guess he was a light skinned guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I
I think he
remember
actually
he
played in the
always,
CFL a little bit too.
oh, I didn't know that. I knew he always had that like really dark visor.
Yeah.
That's what I always remember about him. Um, but moving on to the NFL, unless you have anything else that you want to touch on.
I guess college football just this week's kind of a dud, but maybe there'll be some upsets. See the college football playoff rankings next week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think LSU should be 6. I think they're gonna get absolutely embarrassed against Georgia. My
Yeah.
personal opinion. Um, yeah, it's gonna be fun down the stretch. Especially next week. That's like rivalry
Yeah.
week, like the last week of
Yeah.
the regular season, which is sad at the same time.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm actually going to watch some Pac-12 football. With Oregon, Oregon, Utah, and USC, UCLA. I think
You watching
those are
your
the
alma
two
mater,
games. My alma mater, Mobap.
Washington.
But moving on to the NFL, we have a Thursday night game tonight. And for those guys out there that watch our lives and look for advice that way, I'm sorry I've not been able to go live for us this week, but we are answering DMs. So follow on Instagram and shoot us a DM and we will answer there. But tonight is Titans Packers, and Packers with a big win over you guys last week. I'm going to go Packers this week at home. I'm sorry, I had to mention it.
Titans.
You going Titans on the road?
Yeah.
Hey, Zach Subke, be happy with you
Yeah. You're welcome,
for the
Zach.
first time. On Sunday, the Bears at the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons at home here. Bears with a bad loss last week against the Lions. Lions with a bad loss at the Panthers. But Falcons at home for me.
I think I'm going to go Bears. Justin
Let's
Fields,
go.
my fantasy quarterback now. He's just going to run for a bunch of yards, hopefully. It's in a dome, a weather-controlled environment.
Uh-huh.
And they just run the ball down people's throats. They
Yeah.
lead the league in rushing yards.
Yeah. This next one, you're kind of fired up about. Browns Bills. Let them have it.
I'm livid. They changed the field. They changed where they're playing to Detroit because the NFL is wimps and they won't let actual football players play in football weather, which would be 3 to 6 feet of snow. Which I saw that earlier this week, and I've been so excited for it to be Sunday to watch that game. Because the last snow game I remember watching was Detroit versus Eagles at Philadelphia. And Matthew Stafford threw ball to Calvin Johnson. He dove. He came up. He had snow all in his face mask, and he had to pull it out. You couldn't see anything. LaShawn McCoy ran for like a ton of yards. Me and my dad, we just watched that game the whole time. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Something about a snow game.
That sucks that they're doing that. I think the Bills win this. If we're talking the actual game, I think the Bills win this. They've lost 2 straight, right? Vikings and Jets are the last 2 losses. So I'm going Bills. Bills at Detroit.
Yeah, I'll go Bills.
The Eagles are not undefeated anymore. Lost to the Washington Commanders on Monday night. We actually have not reacted to that because it's the first time talking about it. Taylor Heineke just got that dog in him.
Alum. Speaking of Battlehawks, we got AJ McCarron as their quarterback.
Yeah.
And some other guy.
Yeah, some other guy. Kevin Willis or something
Ryan,
like that.
Yeah, he played at Virginia Tech. Ryan Willis, maybe?
Yeah.
AJ McCarron's a starter. We all know.
I'm going Colts at home this week. I like what they showed last week against the Eagles.
Oh.
I'm going Colts at home. That's what the last, 4 weeks ago, I predicted this would be the Eagles' first loss. And I didn't think Washington would beat them. I thought it'd be close, like we said. But, I'm going to roll with the Colts.
No, why not? Colts. I don't like the Eagles. Jeff Saturday effect.
The Jets at the Patriots. Patriots own them. Patriots absolutely own the Jets.
Patriots.
I'm going Pats. I'm going Patriots.
The Jets are going to have downfall because Zach Wilson isn't the real deal.
Mm-hmm. You're preaching to a choir over here. The Rams at the Saints. Both teams not playing well at all. The Rams are really bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
No Stafford last week. I think he's still questionable.
Cooper Kupp could be out for the rest of the year.
Yep, he's getting surgery.
I'm going Saints.
I'm going Saints. Yep, I'm going Saints. And they have no run game at all. No. Yeah, the Rams I think might be this might actually, if we were doing a panic, worry, or chill, I think this is a panic time for sure. The Lions at the Giants. You said the Giants are frauds.
Lions.
I'm going Lions. I'm going Lions. I think the Lions a big gutsy win last week against the Bears, and I think the Giants are better than the Bears, but I have them winning this one on the road as well. So, Panthers at the Ravens. Panthers beating the Falcons last week. At Baltimore, though, Baltimore's a better team. Got to be the Ravens.
Baker's starting too.
Mm-hmm. He's familiar with the Ravens. He's familiar with the Ravens at least. Maybe that. Yeah, I'm trying to be positive for any Panthers fans out there, but no, I got the Ravens as well. The Commanders at the Texans. Texans tanking it in. Commanders, they're fighting right now, man. I got the Commanders.
Yeah, me too. Commanders.
Raiders at the Broncos.
Are not good.
No, they're. I think easily now. There was a stretch a couple weeks ago where I thought there's not a clear worst team. They're now the worst team.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers won a couple games, and now they're the clear worst team. Same with the Steelers.
The Raiders are worse than the Panthers.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Yeah, speaking of the Raiders, the Raiders at the Broncos. I thought the Broncos would pull it out last week against Tennessee, and they were close. In Denver, man, this could be a really bad football game. Which we would not have thought coming into the season. But I'm going to go with the Broncos at home.
Defense wins championships, Broncos.
Every week it's brought up. The Bengals at the Steelers. Steelers beating the Saints last week. Bengals, I think we said still without Jamar Chase for another week or so. And I'm going to go Bengals on the road.
Yeah, Bengals. They lost to the Steelers the first game of the season, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Sunday night football. The Chargers are on Sunday night once again. Maybe they can pull this one out against the Chiefs. I got the
Wow,
Chargers at
skipping
home.
over the Cowboys game. I see how it is.
Oh, my bad. I literally that's actually insane. It's sandwiched in between the Bengals Steelers and Raiders Broncos, and I don't know how I missed that because that's actually a big game. Um, I am gonna go the Vikings at home in that one. I think the Vikings
Cowboys.
are.
I will never pick against us.
I love it. I love it. Sunday night Chiefs Chargers. I got the Chargers at home with this one. I'm really hoping Keenan Allen's back. I think I got an update that he might not be though.
I'm going Chargers because they should have beat them in Kansas City, and they're gonna beat them, and then everyone's gonna be like, the Chargers are gonna win the Super Bowl, and then they're gonna get hurt and miss this playoffs.
You just predicted like so many things right there.
I know it always happens, but a
Yeah.
lot of people are saying because a lot of their players are hurt now. Maybe this year they're all gonna get hurt early, and they're gonna get back healthy right at playoff time.
There you go. Maybe it's switched. Yeah. And then on Monday night, 49ers at the Cardinals. Now, hear me out. I
In
think
Mexico City,
is it really? I didn't see that.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
the
honest.
altitude.
I think this could be close, man. I think this could be really close. I like how the Cardinals played last week against the Rams team. That's not very good, but Niners had a battle against the Chargers. I think I'll go Niners slightly, but I would not be shocked the other way around.
The Cardinals are 8-point underdogs. That seems like a lot.
It is.
Just to be different, I'll pick the Cardinals.
All right, there you go. There you go. I have 1% on my phone, so I'm really hoping. I just got to give my boom and bust real quick, and then I'll hand it off to you so I can get them out. My boom: Tyler Boyd against the Steelers. Allen Lazard. My phone just died. Allen Lazard and oh my gosh, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are my three booms.
Okay.
My three busts. Chris Olave versus the Rams. Oh my gosh, who was the other one? I just lost it. Algier for the Falcons for sure.
Who is that? Oh, the running back.
Yeah, because his touches are going down since Cordero's back, and yeah, they got the Bears, but that doesn't really make a difference. I don't know why I even said that. And then I don't remember my last one. I don't remember my last bust. I'll hand it off to you. I don't remember.
Wow. My boom, CeeDee Lamb, not biased, played really good last week. And apparently Minnesota gives up the most points to wide receivers. So
you know what's we had a crazy before I let you keep going. You and I had a crazy interaction earlier this week. You know why this is? Because usually you and I disagree and we go at each other. And I usually hate the Cowboys and you hate LeBron, and that's what we do. I was giving praise to your CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys, and you were disagreeing with it.
Yeah, I was. Justin Jefferson deserved it. We lost.
Yeah. So for those of you that
I know
don't know,
deep down, I know he did it.
No, I promise you. So I gave, for those of you that don't know, I gave.
I honestly
CeeDee Lamb,
saw it and I just got mad. I'm like, he played so good and we still lost.
Yeah. I gave CeeDee Lamb our NFL Sunday Player of the Day, and Zach believes it should be Jefferson. So Jefferson had 10 receptions, 193 yards, and a touchdown. Lamb 11 catches, 150 something yards, and two touchdowns. So I think it depends what you want to do. Yards, touchdowns, but all right, continue with your boom and bust.
CeeDee Lamb gonna go off. Austin Eckler, I think, is gonna have a good game because he's like their only skill player, and he does good every week.
Yeah,
Kansas City's not the greatest defense. And then T. Higgins, Jamar Chase is out. You picked Tyler Boyd, so I think both of them will actually be good this week. And then my bust. So my bust originally, before I found out the snow game was going to happen, was going to be basically every wide receiver on the Browns and Bills, but because the NFL screwed us over. My bust, Devontae Adams against the the Broncos. Patrick Surtain on them, and the Raiders are just bad. Jacoby Myers against the Jets. Jets have a legit good defense.
Yeah.
And then Tony Pollard, just because Zeke, I think, is going to be back this week, so they're going to share touches.
Gotcha. Yeah, off air you said it's a low key good thing or something like that.
Yeah. Got both
because
guys
Zeke's
playing
back.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, that was episode 65. We'll be back on Monday with a recap of everything that happened as well as other stuff from this
Our
weekend.
Thanksgiving food
Oh
draft.
yeah, yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do that, and then we're gonna take, like I said, Thanksgiving off. We'll be back after Thanksgiving, but we have. I'm not even gonna give the name of the guest we have coming on because that's big time. But then we have a couple. I mean, we have
We
like
have NL
four.
MVP Paul Goldschmidt. You guys are welcome. I'm
There
kidding.
you go. Yeah. But we have like four guests altogether that we have lined up. So it's going to be a lot of fun in the next few weeks here going into New Year's. But obviously, it's going to be really busy. So we hope you guys keep listening. Zach, it was fun once again. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like it feels longer than 4 days.
I know it does.
But we will back. We will be back on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.